Most people today find a concept that they want to work around. You know, with me, it's the medium and my reaction to the world. I'm not finding this cool political thing that I need to create a workaround. I'm somewhere right smack dab in the middle of the life that I'm trying to convey in my work. I'm an anachronism. I like things that are wild and chaotic and show you what life is like when you don't try to rein it in. I mean, I'd be disingenuous if I didn't say there was some organization in my painting. Of course there is, but I'm trying to show what's the inherent organization that nature has for itself, not what I'm trying to impose on it. And you know, it's something as simple as you see a tree trying to find light. It's a very basic, pragmatic, almost, organization that says, okay, I need light to survive, so I'm going to grow to the light. Okay, so you have these tree limbs that are growing kind of funny. You know, you just have these things that are off-center all the time, and I like that. I like finding that and conveying that. I'm a Rhode Islander. I grew up in Pawtucket. I went to RISD when I was 5, the Saturday morning classes. I can remember picking up a paintbrush and thinking, oh, I can do this. It was like a moment of recognition, you know, when you really feel like you're right there. It's just perfect. I work from a big circle and I kind of work in, and I think I do that for every painting, but I also do that for how I see, bringing the clarity in, you know, and distilling it down to its most essential pieces, finding that very pure note. Every day of our lives we underestimate nature. We ignore it, we don't understand how powerful it is. I don't know, I think it's fascinating. All this stuff goes on and we're just little teeny specks, you know? So I kind of think this power that surges in the world that we're oblivious to, and the closer we get to technology, we get more and more oblivious. For a while, I did kind of these surreal landscapes with people in urban settings. And then slowly the people left. And then the urban references left. And I was left with just this kind of greenery, and it became what interested me the most, was just this idea that what would happen if we disappeared? What did the world look like before we came into it? There's a part of me that would have loved to seen what the landscape looked like then, before there was asphalt. I am a natural colorist. I mean, color comes easily to me. I don't really think about it at all. I see it. I think I see more color than some people, maybe because my vision is so bad, and so my work revolves around color. I'm slow. I probably do about 5 or 6 paintings a year. I paint in oil, on linen. I use any technique I've ever learned in my life. They're all fair game as far as I'm concerned. I steal readily ideas from other people. They know it. I try to keep it very, very thin initially, because I'm very interested in listening to the painting and seeing where it wants to take me versus where I may want to take it. I keep it as fluid as possible for a long time. It's probably why it takes me so long to paint, is I'm not always nailing it down right away. And yet, in some ways, my paintings don't change much from when I start them to when they finish. The composition, the concept of color in my head is very strong, and I don't really vary that much, but just the balance of how it works together, I never quite know how I'm going to get to where I'm going. I'm always off balance. I try to keep myself off balance. I don't want to repeat what I've done. I want to find new ways of getting places and new ways of doing things. So the act of painting informs my painting. I've been lucky most of my life. People have given me things, supported me in my creative searches. At some point, I wanted to give back, so I've tried to do things that further the creative community here. I mean, we have a very talented community here, and we don't take advantage of that. We don't collaborate that much. We don't, and it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's doable. A few artists and I were bemoaning the fact at the time there were not very many visual art galleries. It started out at Center City Artisans, and then we turned it into Center City Contemporary Arts because we had a gallery component as well. And we tried for about 10 years, I think. My husband and I published, created, designed, edited a magazine called Quicks for 9 years. And that specifically spoke to the idea that artists from different fields don't speak to each other. I thought it was a worthwhile venture, and I'm proud of that. Gallery night. Yeah, I'm the board chair for gallery night. We started with 9 galleries, and that was 96. And there are 26 today, 17 years later. And we run 9 months out of the year. It's not predictable in any way or form. And we have transportation, celebrity guides that lead some of the tours, and an educational component. It's kind of cool. The Mentor Project came about because I had that experience when I was younger. After I graduated RISD, it was a life changer for me. We put together a show connecting 5 older painters with 5 younger painters. It became quite clear to me that I was trying to recreate that model yet again in this show, and we did. I have no more projects on my plate right now. I want to be in my studio as much as I can, so that's kind of where I am right now. I'm not very good if I don't paint every few days at least, and most of the time I'm in my studio at least a few hours a day, if not the whole day. So I'm always looking for something a little better, and I don't know whether it's hubris to think that you can always make something better, or is it humility? But I will always try to make something better. I'm rarely satisfied. You don't stop painting, you know, it's like one single lifetime project, you know. There's no beginning and end, it just keeps going forever, and you eventually will get better if you keep at it.